welcome po si Yusek Annalyn Sevilla para po sa mga magandang balita tungkol sa budget ng Department of Education. Ma'am, good morning po.
Thank you very much, Director June. Loud and clear. I can be heard. Hello? You can hear me? Okay. Magandang umaga po sa ating mga kapamilya sa Department of Education. Unang-una sa ating mga kasama na nagtatrabaho. Ngayon ay Biyernes, so ongoing po ang ating blended learning approach. So konti lang ang mga naka-monitor sa ating Facebook, but I do know that they really monitor after the school hours ay makikinig sila sa atin para sa ating mga update. Sa mga magulang, mga mag-aaral, at sa mga kasama natin na tumutulong para po mapagpatuloy ang ating learning continuity plan. Sa ating mga kaibigan at kapartner sa media, magandang umaga po sa inyo. At sa aking mga kasama ngayon dito sa Executive Committee, yung kapwa ko mga taga-pamalita at taga-update sa inyo, and lalong-lalo na sa ating kalihim, Leonor Magtolis Briones. So ang aking pong assignment para sa araw na ito ay magbigay sa inyo ng mga balita, update about our financial situation in the Department of Education. Sige po, Ms. Justine, on the next slide. Ang una po nating balita ay natapos na ang ating plenary hearing sa ating 2021 budget proposal ng Department of Education last October 15. So meron po tayong mga 4 na undersecretaries at isang assistant secretary, 4 na director na sumama sa atin sa plenary hearing, physically present in the hearing. I think it was more than 5 hours na budget deliberation. And of course, we are led by our Secretary Briones through the connection through virtual Zoom meeting. At kasama ang buong pamilya ng Department of Education, yung ating mga USEC, ASEC, directors, bureau and regional directors at mga kasama natin na naghanda ng mga kasagutan at mga paliwanag sa lahat ng mga tanong na ating na-receive during that October 15 hearing. Sa proseso, ang ibig sabihin nito, natapos natin ang first level, that is the committee level. At doon po, I think this was September 15, so a month ago, noong October 15, yung second level naman ay tinatawag na plenary hearing or second reading. At dito po ay na-terminate na ang budget deliberation. Ibig sabihin, tapos na po ang mga pagtatanong sa level ng Department of Education. At ang susunod na po ay third reading at doon po ay nagkakaroon na ng amendments. So may tanong po sila kung ano ang na-approve the budget. Hindi po natin alam pa. Wala pang official na communication from the House of Representatives kung ano ang level na budget na-approve sa lower house or sa House of Representatives. But as a review, ito po yung ating figures in terms of the 2020 budget, which is 552.989 million in this year. And in next year, ang ating pong proposal, which is the executive level, ibig sabihin, National Expenditure Program, ito po yung nasubmit ng ating executive level, 605.7 billion. And this is 9.5% increase or 752 billion na increase. Ang increase na ito ay mostly on the personal services. Yan, 13.5% na increase. Kasama po dyan ang susunod na tranche ng salary increase for 2021. Meron din po tayong increase na 3.5% in the MOE at yung capital outlay natin ang bumaba. Andito po ang school building at iba pang mga infrastructure facilities na dati po ay meron tayo na 39.5 billion at ngayon po ay magiging 32.3 billion. So again, iintayin po natin ang official communication from the lower house pagtapos na po nila ang third reading. As of the moment, we are working on a 605.7 billion budget for next year, and yesterday nga po ay nagkaroon na ang internally ang Department of Education ng post-planning. Ibig sabihin, we need to prepare for next year. Almost 2 months na lang ang natitira for this year, kaya kailangan pong ayusin na natin yung susunod na taon na pagpaplano at pagbabudget. Kung titingnan po natin in the next slide, ano yung proposal ng DepEd for next year is actually 1.1 trillion pesos, mainly because the capital outlay is about 547 billion. And this includes all the requirement for our infrastructure needs. Kasama na po dyan ang mga wash facilities and all other classroom and the clinic, no, yung pong kasama po kasi sana sa ating pagpaplano yung sa COVID responsive infrastructure of all the schools. So alam naman natin na limited ang resources for the 2021 budget, and we got about 55% of our request, and this is the figures as shown in the slide. We also want to thank our sponsor. You can see, andito po sa gitna ng picture, si Congresswoman Josie Lim Kay Chong. Siya po ang nag-defend ng ating budget dahil kapag ka nasa plenary na, ang allowed lang na sumagot sa mga tanong ay yung ating sponsor. Aral po talaga si Congresswoman Josie Lim Kay Chong para po ma-explain at masagot ng wasto at tama yung ating pong mga katanungan na natanggap from her colleagues in the lower house. Ang iniintay po natin ngayon is the next level. Sa Senado na po yun, and we will wait for the official communication from the Senate. Tapos na po natin yung first level ng Senate. September 25, as I remember, it was terminated, so successfully deliberated din po doon. Ang susunod na level naman ay plenary ng Senado. At ang ating pong sponsor doon ay walang iba kundi very hardworking also at naka-devoted din to the education sector, si Senator Pia Cayetano. At kami po ay nagpe-prepare. In fact, she's doing very well and working very hard na talaga pong pinag-aaralan at kanya pong pinaprepare ang plenary Senate level ng deliberation ng ating budget. So we are waiting for that. Pagkatapos po ng Senate, ay magkakaroon din sila ng third reading doon at magmi-meet na po sila for the BICAM or the bicameral meeting. Any changes in the lower house and changes in the Senate will be discussed and agreed upon in the BICAM level. So yun po ang proseso ng ating budget for 2021, and we are preparing and waiting for our final approval at para po magkaroon na rin po tayo ng final preparation for that year. Last update will be about our releases of funds. We want to reiterate that the annual medical examination of 500 pesos per teacher and the World Teachers Day incentive benefit of 1,000 pesos per teacher have been released from the central office since September 16 and September 18, respectively. The amount is also 400 million and 900 million, respectively. But we have to understand, marami po sa ating mga kasamahan ng mga guro nagtatanong bakit yung iba ay natanggap, yung iba hindi pa. Kasi po ang proseso ng pag-release nito ay dadaan sa kanilang payroll. So ibig sabihin from the central office since September 16 and September 18, ay pupunta po ito sa regional office, and then division office, and then through their payroll. So yung mga hindi pa po nakakatanggap, but I think this is very minimal dahil yung iba po ay nag-feedback na sa atin na natanggap nila. Hintayin nyo lang po at yan po ipapasok sa inyong payroll account. Yun naman pong October payroll natin ay again, the Secretary has instructed to do advance processing of the payroll. So kahit hindi pa po tapos ang October, ay natatanggap na po ang sweldo for October. As of October 22, that is yesterday, about 90%, round up na natin to, no, of the total salaries have already been paid and issued and released in your payroll account. So yung po natitirang 10% na lang po yung pinaprocess. Dati po, mga nakaraang buwan, mas maaga po yan, kaya lang nagkaroon tayo ngayon ng adjustment in the payroll system dahil yung po mga loan payments na diniscuss ko in the last press con has been implemented. Nagkaroon po tayo ng gap or moratorium or grace period, depende sa kung ano po yung inallow ng lending institution, ay mas malaki po ang net take home pay because magpapahinga po sa pagbabayad ng loan for the next 60 days. So yun po yung dahilan kung bakit ang ating processing of the payroll had a little delay, but usually tatapusin po talaga ang buwan and then we pay the salary. But because we are in this support mechanism, ay ating pong pagpapatuloy ang expedited processing of the payroll. In terms of our downloading of funds for the self-learning modules, nakakatotal na po kami ng 10,043,000,000 downloading. At ito po ay hanggang the level of the division. At ito po ay paghahanda natin para sa susunod na mga quarters na printing ng ating mga self-learning module. We have about on standby, and this is actually being discussed in our committee level, ang mga reprogramming, recalibration, and realignment of funds. As mentioned by our Undersecretary Nepo Malaluan earlier in the opening statement, nakikita natin ngayon ang mga adjustment na kailangan mangyari in our new blended learning modality. Kaya po, pagkakaroon din tayo ng mga adjustment in our budget. And we are doing this round the clock para po ma-maximize at ma-utilize natin ang mga natitira pang mga pondo for 2020. So, yun po, Director June, on my at my end, on my part, ang mga updates natin for finance. Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.